Okay. Okay, guys and girls, our objective is to review 6.1 through 6.6 material. Before we go over the warm-up, I want to go over one thing with you. This has been a common question today, okay, which is scale factor. So I want you to look at the figures that I have up here. And let's say this side is 8, this side is 12, this is 4, and this is 6. Okay, I need someone to tell me what is the scale factor. Ready? This is A, this is B. Going from A to B, what is the scale factor? This has been, I had about half of you ask me this. Greta. Good. Why is it times 1/2? Good job. So going from this figure to this figure, you need to multiply both these sides by 1/2 to get to this figure. Okay? Now, scale factor is a little bit different than ratios or proportions. The ratio going from here to here is 8/4, which is 2. Okay? But you can't use 2 as the scale factor going from here to here. If you multiply 8 by 2, you get 16, not 4. Does that make sense? Okay. What is the scale factor going from B to A? So if we go the other way, Grace, what's the scale factor? Good. Going this way, your scale factor is times 2. You're multiplying all of these by 2 to get to this figure. Okay? Okay. Questions on scale factor? I just want to make sure we cleared that up before tomorrow's test. Peyton? Yes. You only have to give 1. I just was giving 2 just to emphasize, make sure that you guys are okay with that. On the quiz tomorrow, it'll just say find the scale factor from A to B or B to C, whatever the letters are. Yep. Steve. What are you looking at? Okay, we're not on that yet. Okay. So hold on a second. Ray. Correct. The directions will say find the scale factor from this figure to this figure. It won't say find both. I just like to do that in class so that you guys understand both ways. Okay. All right, let's go over the warm-up and then we'll go to the review. Okay, number 1, just to clarify this as well, when you're writing a scale without units, all you're doing is converting. So 1 inch to 28 yards, to write that without units, we want them to all be the same unit. So you're just taking 28 yards and converting it to inches. So David, what did you get for number 1? Good, 1 inch over 1,008 inches. David, what did you multiply 28 by to get to that? Okay, and you could also do how many inches are in a yard? Amberly? Good. So you could also just multiply by 36. Either way is fine. So you need to be familiar with how many inches are in a yard. Okay, number 2, Drew, what did you get? Good. How'd you get 48? Good. So convert your feet to inches. That way you're writing it without units. Now, did I really need to write these units? No. I just want to point out you want them to be the same. Okay? If there is a problem like this on the test, it'll be something with inches, yards, or feet, something that you're familiar with. I know some of you guys and girls have trouble with converting centimeters to millimeters and all that stuff. Don't worry about that right now. We'll get to that later in the year. Okay? Okay, Gio, number 3, what is your answer? Good. Mike, number 4. Good. Shane, number 5. Good. 130 kilometers. Abigail, number 6. Good job. Okay, number 7. Neil. Okay, but you're going from A to B. Good. Scale factor is 0.5 repeating. You may also have 5/9. Now, if you were going the other way, it would be 1.5. But since you're going from A to B, to multiply these sides by 5/9 or 0.5 will get you to figure B. So the scale factor from A to B is what they were asking. Is everyone okay on that, Nathan M? Yeah, you could write that down. You should have multiplying. Scale factors are always what you're multiplying by. I probably would not mark that wrong if you wrote that down tomorrow, but try to get in the habit of doing multiplying. That's what you'll do when you get to geometry in 2 years. Okay, Greta? Going from A to B? Yes. Yeah, Nathan, and yours should be flipped around there. Going from A to B. Okay, number 8, scale factor from A to B. Joseph. Multiply by what? Careful. Going from A to B. This one, you have A as the smaller figure and B as the larger figure. Good. So multiply by 1.5. So you could have 3 over 2 or 1.5 or 1.5 is what you're multiplying by to get from here to here. Okay. All right, let's flip over, then I'll come back to questions. Josh, what did you get for number 9 for unit rate? Good. 55 miles over 1 hour. Skylar, number 10. 15 minutes over 1 game, per 1 game, I should say, for every 1 game. Number 12, I know you guys would like or number 11, my creative drawing there. Kind of boring. Camille, what'd you get for 11? Good. X equals 36 yards. Jackie, what did you get for number 12? So you said 250? You want to find the scale. So you're not solving for the actual or part of the scale. You need to find the scale. Nathan S., what did you get? No. Evan? No, I think you guys were making it more complicated than you had to. So we have scale over actual. All you had to do was take the 8 centimeters over 20 meters. All they wanted you to do was simplify it. That's all. Peyton? Yeah, just 2 centimeters over 5 meters. That's all you had to do. And again, I will make sure the directions are specific tomorrow, but all you had to do was simplify there. Ray? Yeah, but whenever we set these up, Ray, for number 11, remember how we did scale and then actual on the bottom, like scale on the top, actual on the bottom. The scale is always going to be in inches. The actual is always going to be in yards. Now, you have an equivalent answer, so that's not wrong, but you want to try to keep the units the same, okay, in regards to scale and actual. All right, 13. This is one that some of you had trouble with yesterday, so I figured I'd put one of these on there. Amberly, what did you get for X? Nope. Lower than that. Greta? Okay, good. Raise your hand if you got 12. Just curious. Okay. On this one, let me read. One proportion you could have set up or use is 20 over X plus 36 equals 15 over 36. That's one proportion. Let me draw the triangles for you guys and girls real quick. Okay, so if we have A, B, C, I took out the big, bless you, the big triangle and redrew it. D, E, C. A, B, C, we know this is 20 inches. What is BC? How do we know what side BC is, Alexis? Good, X plus 36 or 36 plus X. DE is 15, EC is 36. So time out there. Does everyone understand how I took out 2 triangles from this figure and where the sides came from? Amberly, you're okay with that, right? All right, after you set up your proportion, use cross products and solve, and you get X equals 12. Does anyone need me to go through the proportion? I can do that if you need me to. Neil, you okay? Okay. Okay. Any questions on the warm-up? Neil? Okay, number 11, they give us, okay, we have scale over actual, okay? They tell us that a scale drawing has a scale, which is 1 inch is equivalent to 3 yards. okay? We need to use the given distance from the drawing to find the actual distance. So this is my nice drawing, okay? It tells us, I'm being sarcastic, this is 12 inches. So, yeah, or a rectangle, right? And then you need to find, based on the drawing, what is the actual. Okay. Anyone else? Steve, was that your same question? Okay. Do you understand what I did or no? How did you get 108? Oh. Okay. Yeah, don't, on the problems like this, you don't have to do that. Only convert when it says write the scale without units. Skylar? Okay, let me explain that again then. Okay, so here's what you did. You found the proportion or ratio going from this one to this one. So you took 18/10 and reduced it to 9/5, right? But if you take this and multiply each of these sides by 9/5 or 1.8, you're not going to get to this. You have to flip it, okay, to 5/9 or 0.5 repeating. If you multiply this by 5/9 or 0.5 repeating, you get to 10. Does that make sense? So you found the ratio going from here to here. You want to find a scale factor, which means what can you multiply all these sides by to get to these sides? Sure? Okay, we're going to do more of those today. Anyone else? Okay, put that away. Let's go over your review quickly. I'm going to ask you guys for some of the answers, and some of them I'm going to read just so we can get through it quickly, so I have time to answer your questions. Okay, I'm going to start reading number 1. Take your time getting it out if it's not already out. Okay, number 1, in order, we have, bless you, 17 to 20, comma 5/4, comma 13 to 10, comma 33/20, comma 51 to 25. So in order, there's your number 1. Number 2, in order, 9 to 40, 37 to 20, 53/25, 64/25, 59 to 20. Okay, number 3, David, what did you get? Okay, per minute. So 1,080 feet per minute. Number 4, Michelle. No. Think about this. If you look at the left-hand side of that problem, Michelle, it costs $5.60 per pound. If you're finding the cost per ounce, the cost should be less per ounce because an ounce is smaller than a pound. So I think that you multiplied by 16 instead of dividing. Okay, so you wanted to divide. Just keep that in mind for tomorrow. Ray? Good. 35 cents for every ounce. Okay, number 5, Mike. Good. 54 cars per hour. Peyton, number 6. I think it was meters, but you're good. 8,500 meters per hour. Good. That one you're just multiplying by 1,000. Number 7, Camille. Okay, why? Keep working on this. Good. So you end up with $6.40, which is more. So answer is no for that. Drew, number 8. Good. Nathan S., number 9. Good. 20. Number 10, Josh. Good. B equals 36. Number 11 is 10.5. Number 12 is 24. Skylar, number 13. Good. Ben, number 14. Good. Number 15, Alexis. Good job. Okay, just make sure that you have your answers checked on the first page. Let's go to the second. Geo, number 16. Good. Number 17, Grace. Good. Number 18, Drew. Good. Jackie, number 19. Good job. Ben, number 20. No. Think maybe you forgot to distribute something, I'm guessing. Nathan S? You said -3 point something? Okay, no. Ray? Okay, it should be positive though. But that's right, okay. Positive 12.375. I will definitely go over that one. Okay, let's keep checking and then we'll come back to that. Okay, 21. Let's go to Joseph, 21. Good, 3. 22, Michelle. Good. Nathan M, 23. Say that again. Good, 5. Evan, 24. Part A first. Good, 4 to 7. Greta, 24, Part B. Good, 8 over 19. 24, I have the A right here, and then the B above it. 25, Abigail. Good job. 2,160 pieces of mail. 26, Steve. No. Less than that. Camille? Say that again. Okay. David? About 360. I rounded mine a little bit differently, but that would be okay. Grace, what did you round yours to? Good. 357. I would not take off if you put 360. Okay. Shane, 27. Good job. 127 and a half. Skylar, 29 or 28. Good. 605 feet. Okay, 29 I'm going to read. Okay, 29, corresponding sides and angles is what you had to come up with. They are down here, but let me read them. Okay, it's starting with angles. I have angle ABC congruent to angle EFG. You may also have angle B congruent to angle F. Second one, angle BCA congruent to angle FCE. You may also have angle C congruent to, did I read that right? Oh, that's a G. Sorry, FGE. I can't read my own writing. You may also have angle C congruent to angle G. Okay, and then that last one, angle CAB congruent to angle GEF. You may also have angle A congruent to angle E. Josh? You okay? Okay. Corresponding sides, you can have AB, segment AB, congruent to angle, congruent to side, segment EF, or BA, congruent to FE. Either order. Second one, AC, congruent to EG. And then the last side or segment here, CB, congruent to GF. Did I say that wrong? Okay. Okay, just making sure. And again, you could have them flipped as long as your sides are corresponding. Questions on corresponding sides or angles? Okay, the proportions for 29 to set them up. When you solve for AC, so at the very right here, AC is 2.5 meters, BC is 3 meters, and EF is 1 meter. Okay, number 30. You should have, this one was a little tricky. You should have either 45 feet, or if you prefer to convert to inches, you should have 540 inches. So either answer for number 30, depending on how you converted the football player's height. Okay, 31, Drew. You okay? I'll answer your questions in a couple minutes. Okay, 31 is 4 over 5 inches. 32 is 7 over 10 inches. 33 is 3 over 5 inches. 34 is 2/5 inches. 35A, 2/5. Now you have to write them 3 ways. So 2/5, or 2 to 5, or 2:5. Letter B, 3 over 2, or 3 to 2, or 3:2. And then letter C, 3 over 5, comma, 3 to 5, comma, 3:5. Ben. Okay, that's fine, but I really would prefer that you not write your ratio with decimals, that you keep them as fractions. Don't change your numerator or denominator to a decimal. You really should not do that when you're simplifying. If you simplify and you get a decimal, I would use your calculator and just hit math, enter, enter, so it changes it back to a fraction for you. Okay? I would not mark it wrong, but let's try not to do that. Okay? Gio. You probably just rounded differently whenever you converted. When you converted his shadow of 32 inches to feet, it was 2.6 repeating feet. So converting 32 inches to feet is 2.6 repeating feet. You probably just rounded that. I kept mine exact. So you're okay. Okay? Drew. That's kind of like what Steve did on something on the warm-up. You don't have to convert things unless it says write the scale without units. And it doesn't say that. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, you're given actual and you need to find the length of the drawing of the scale. You okay? Okay. I'll make sure I clarify that tomorrow on the quiz. Greta. Yes, I can. Okay, before I do 25, can I move this? Did everyone check all of their answers so I don't have to come back to it? Let me wait for a second. You should have 1 inch over 10 feet equals x over 8 feet. I'll come back to it. Let me answer Greta's question, and then I'll come back to that, Steve. Okay, Greta, 25. Okay, 25 talks about a mail room. So I did pieces of mail on top and seconds on the bottom. It's just how I set up my proportion. We know that you have to sort 8 pieces of mail, and whoever does this does it in 10 seconds. Ben, what are you doing? Your pencil. Equals, we need to convert the minutes to seconds. So the 45 minutes becomes 2,700 seconds. You had these flipped. Yeah, what I would do, and I know we talked about labels, I would write your labels down and try to write everything about the mail at the top, everything about seconds at the bottom, or vice versa. Okay, so that was something that's easy to fix. Just I would write your labels down in the future. Okay? Hold on 1 second. Anyone else on 25? Okay, Steve, do you want me to do 31? Okay. Okay, 31 is similar to that. Okay, 31 tells us we have a scale drawing that has a scale of 1 inch over 10 feet. So this is our scale. This is the actual. So I would put your label scale over actual. It says use the given actual length to find the length of the object in the scale drawing. So we need to find the scale because they give us the actual. The actual was 8 feet, and that was the question for 31. Use cross products, you get 10x equals 8. Divide both sides by 10, you get 4/5, which you could also put your answer as a decimal. That make more sense? Sure? Okay. Drew? Yes, you may. Okay, hold on 1 second. Anyone else on 31 or anything 31 through 34? Neil, do you have a question on this one? Okay. Peyton, on this one? Go ahead. Yep, that's what I just said. Yep. Okay, these different questions? C30, how to do it? Okay, let me ask you this before I write it up there, Joseph. Did you convert the football player's shadow from 32 inches to feet? Okay, and that's right, 2 2/3. Okay, so let me go from there. So on number 30, and then Neil, I'll come back to you next, okay? Okay, here were my 2 triangles real quick. This is the football player, my nice drawing here. This was the goalpost. Okay, Joseph, check to make sure that you have these drawn correctly. He was 6 feet tall, and then we converted his shadow from 32 inches to 2 2/3 feet, which you could change to 8/3 to make it easier when setting up proportions. Okay, so everything you have labeled correctly, right? Okay, your well, actually, what was your proportion? You tell me. Wait, say that again. You had 2 2/3 over what? Okay. Okay, that's right. Now, I would change your 2 2/3 to 8/3 so it's easier to solve. Okay, when you use cross products, we end up with 8/3 x equals 120, or 2 2/3 x equals 120. And then you need to multiply both sides by 3 and then divide by 8. Okay. So maybe you probably just had trouble then with solving at this point. You okay? Okay. Anyone else on 30? Nathan S. on 30? That's fine. You did what Geo did. You just rounded differently. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, Neil, what number? Okay, 27. Okay, we have, I did model or scale over actual. This one tells us that the model to actual size is 1 inch over 85 feet. We know that the height of a building, the model is 1.5 inches. We need to find the actual height of the building. So did you set up your proportion like that? Okay, this is, remember like I said on the warm-up, don't convert unless it says write the scale without units. If it says write the scale without units, then convert it all to the same. Okay, if you're just setting up a proportion, you need to have your model numbers all as inches, your actual numbers all as feet. Was your answer in inches instead of feet? What did you get? Okay, on a test I probably wouldn't mark it wrong, but try to keep it so these are all inches and these are all feet. Okay? But you get 127.5 feet. Neil, you probably did the same thing for 28. Yeah, and again, keep them as feet if you're using scale and actual. Okay, anyone else? Sure? Okay, because of time, I want you guys to flip to the back of your review where you have some space at the bottom. I'm not going to pass out markers. I just want to do a couple whiteboard problems on here so that I'm not wasting time passing markers out, okay? So just use your pencil. Okay, I want to do a couple things. Okay, don't write anything down yet. I want to get to the harder ones. Okay, I want to try this first. Okay, so I want you guys at the back of your review, I want you to solve for x. Okay, so solve for x. You should get a nice answer. You doing okay? Okay, good. I'll put it in. Whenever you get the answer, just put your pencil down. Yeah, you're now with us. Do you need my answer key to check your answers? Sure. Good. When you get it, put your pencil down. Actually, it should be positive. Go back and check your negatives. Do you have a headache today? When you get it, just put your pencil down so I know when I can go to the next one. What? What is that? It's for the solar. It's like it works with the light. So. Okay. Amberly, what did you get? David, where are you going? Have a seat. Amberly, what'd you get? All right. Raise your hand if you got 6. Raise your hand if you got 6. Nathan M, what'd you get? What? Nothing? Okay, so first step, use cross products, multiply across both ways. The reason I had you guys try this one is please make sure when you have a number times an expression, you put that number and then parentheses, distribute. Here's what the next step looks like. Subtract. You end up with x is 6. I figured I'd keep my work up there just in case. Camille? You okay? If you had it as a, did you have your answer as a negative? Yeah, I was going to say be careful because 75 times negative x, you get negative 75. A couple of you that I saw, you did have a negative by accident, just a couple of you. Is everyone okay? I want to do 2 more. You okay? Okay, you can finish. Go ahead and finish. I'm just trying to get through 2 more. You're good. Anyone questions? Okay, I'm going to go to a different one. On this one, I just want you to find the scale factor. Okay, I want you to find the scale factor going from C to B. So find the scale factor going from C to B. The red numbers and variables, I just rewrote them so you could see them better. So don't worry about what's underneath it. Find the scale factor, not the ratio, not the proportion. Find the scale factor going from C to B. Some of you guys still had trouble with this today. Okay, did you finish the other one? Are you okay on that? Okay. That works? Okay. Scale factor going from C to B. And let me give you guys a couple more seconds here. Do you have a question? I'm sorry. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Ray, did you have an answer or a question? Okay. Okay, is everyone done? Okay, Ray, what did you get? Good. 0.2. What fraction could we use? 0.2 works, Skylar? Good job. Scale factor going from here to here is 0.2 or 1/5. Is everyone more clear on how and why that's the answer? How to get it and why that's the answer? Better? Okay. One more. Are you sure you're good? Okay, one more. I want you to set up a proportion and solve for what they're asking you. Okay, suppose you decide to build a model of an antique airplane that has a wingspan of 40 feet. You decide to use a scale of 1 foot to 12 feet. What will the wingspan of the model be? So I'll read that one more time because it's really small. Suppose you decide to build a model of an antique airplane that has a wingspan of 40 feet. You decide to use a scale of 1 foot is equivalent to 12 feet. What will the wingspan of the model be? You'll get a decimal on this one. We did already do this one. I know. I know. It's in our notes. I was going to tell you that, and I figure I'll let you guys figure that out. Very good. Did you get it? Okay, write it down because I don't want it. Good job. Good job. Good. Do you guys feel better after yesterday and today? There's 3 things we just did. That's what you guys were having trouble with. Very good. Good job. Good job. Go do that at school then. You can use the computer at school, either in the morning or during math. Remember I told you what it was? Okay, I'll talk to you in a second. Okay. All right, Camelia, what did you get? Good, 3.3 repeating. So here's how to set up the proportion, model over actual. After you solve, you get 3.3 repeating or 3 1/3 feet. Foot. Feet was right. Any questions on that or anything I just went over? Okay, so listen, homework for tonight is to study. Please make sure that you're ready for the 6-1 through 6-6 quiz tomorrow. I would go over your review, go over anything in your notes, okay? Everything we've been doing since we started this chapter, you could see tomorrow. There will be a bonus on your quiz. Right now I have it worth 2 points, okay? All right, good job today. Make sure whiteboards go back neatly and calculators are back. Have a good day. Sorry we didn't get to